I've been playing Genshin for like a hell of a long time at this point, right? I've been making content on the game for as long as I can pretty much remember. And there's a lot of things about Genshin Impact that I truly adore. The lore, the story. For the most part, I love to the ends of the earth. Cannot wait to see it all wrapped up and see what they do in the future. But there's also a lot of things that I've kind of fallen out of love with when it comes to Genshin over the past few years, and I just simply don't really enjoy anymore. I came across this video called How to Fall in Love with Genshin Again, and I mean, it got uploaded 2 days ago by She Not Shy. I've seen their videos before, they make some really good videos, so I kind of wanted to watch this with you guys because a lot of people seem to think I might need to watch this, and hey, maybe you do too. So let's take a look. Let's take a quick look. Oh, nostalgia, bro, nostalgia. How to fall in love with Genshin Impact again. Because I think this is an important thing. Bro, people seem to think I've just always hated the game. I haven't. I don't even hate the game now. I fucking love it. But the thing that keeps kind of coming back time and time again is people just keep telling me to quit the game if I don't enjoy it and blah, blah, blah. And my criticism's not constructive on things like the story. And at the end of the day, bro, you can have your own opinion. I'm still going to criticize what I don't like, and I'm going to praise what I love. There's a lot of things in Genshin that I really love. Exploration is one thing that I wish I could fall back in love with this game. But I'll let this video play and we'll get into it because that's a pretty big topic for me to cover. This is very pretty, dude. Very
Growing
pretty.
tired of a game you once loved, knowing that you created so many fond memories while playing, and yet now you feel a sense of indifference toward it. It's a bittersweet feeling.
Yeah.
But one I'm sure many of us have all experienced before. What changed? Maybe you just moved on. You enjoyed your time with it, and now those memories feel distant, but warm. Kind of like looking at old photos or walking around your old Minecraft world that you had when you were 10. Or maybe it's more complicated than that. Maybe you feel bitter or burnt out. You grieve the loss of a feeling you once had.
See, this is an interesting point. A lot of people also seem to think that I'm burnt out. I've been through burnout before, and I think the word burnout is thrown around. It's lost all meaning. It's lost all meaning that it once had. When people think burnout, they just think sick and tired of it now. That's not what burnout is, bro. Burnout is so much worse than that. It's so much deeper, much more of like an intrinsic feeling in yourself, not just about a video game, at least in my experience and my opinion. And I'm pretty sure the actual definition of burnout. But I'm not burnt out of Genshin, bro. I'm really not. I'm still like balls deep into the story at this point. But like I said, like that feeling that you once got, that feeling of exploring Dragonspine in co-op for the first time is something that I really haven't gotten. And I feel like it's for a few different reasons. Dragonspine itself was such an amazing experience because when you just started the game, it was the first real difficulty spike, in my opinion. And I feel like the game hasn't really had that much of an overworld difficulty spike pretty much ever since, dude. Inazuma was kind of a weird situation because it did have difficulty spike, but it was because of the annoyances, right? Dragonspine didn't really feel annoying to me. Inazuma to explore kind of did. And the other nations just don't have it. Other nations are fun to explore, but they don't have that kind of intrinsic feeling that I once had when exploring, where I was like, wow, like actually doing co-op feels beneficial, not just for enjoyment, but to actually progress. I kind of want that again, bro. I kind of want that again.
Something that no longer excites you. For me, Genshin Impact was actually one of those games. I started playing in 2021 during version 2.3. I honestly had no clue what I was doing, but that was part of the fun. The discovery, the progression, the charm of it all. It wasn't long before I hit a wall. I wasn't paying any attention to the story, so that didn't really interest me. I didn't understand character kits. I didn't even know what the Genshin endgame was. Sure, I knew what Spiral Abyss was, but I didn't get the point. I didn't know what to do.
I still don't.
Still, I forced myself to keep playing, grinding out Primo Gems, trying to keep up, all because my favorite character, Venti, was rerunning and I had to get him to be.
This is such an interesting dynamic difference, bro, because when I first started Genshin, it was because I loved the characters and I fell in love with the story pretty much instantly. Having basically played games in the past purely for the story and not for the combat, other than things like Dark Souls and the Souls series in general, that was a whole different experience for me. But Yeah, bro, I fell in love with the story, and that was the reason I started playing. I watched all the character demos, as a lot of you all watching this video might remember. It was my first ever Genshin video on this channel, reacting to every single character demo at the time. It's like a 2-hour long VOD, man. And that's why I started playing the game, and that's why I still play the game, right? That is the entire reason.
To be honest, I felt like I had nothing else to do in the game except look forward to my favorite character rerunning and the possibility of getting him.
Interesting.
Yeah, I lost my 50-50 to Mona.
Oh man, the one reason you're playing the game. This is like playing the game only for the story and then a pure filler patch coming out, bro. Oh my god.
And then I quit for, you know, an entire year. I even missed 2 more Venti reruns in that time. So, why did I come back?
Reigniting the spark. Oh,
Coming
I'm
back
so
to a game after burning out isn't easy. It takes more than just time. It takes perspective. When I returned to Genshin, I wasn't sure what to expect. At first, nothing had changed. Sure, the game had changed, but the way I felt about it didn't. The only reason I started playing again was to do dailies and hope to get a character that could fill that Venti-sized hole in my heart.
Understandable. I could never play that way though. And I respect this because it's such a difference in why you enjoy the game that I kind of dig it, and it helps me see other perspectives too.
So almost every day I'd log on, do dailies, spend resin, and pre-farm a little for Venti.
Okay.
I did end up getting Kave in that time, who I really loved, but that's a little irrelevant. I was mostly just pre-farming for Venti. But as time passed, things started to change. I didn't even have Venti yet, but I found myself genuinely enjoying working towards something. I was kinda loving Genshin again. The spark was back. Just so you know, I ended up saving 180 pulls and getting myself Venti, and now he's top 1% on Akasha leaderboards, and
that's actually hella impressive, Jesus.
Build as a DPS, and I totally don't have an entire video series dedicated to him that you should probably check out. Anyways, the point is not just why I came back, but how you might be able to fall in love with Genshin again too.
Interesting. And this is, I haven't fallen out of love with Genshin as much as a lot of y'all watching this might love to believe that and try to push this narrative that I just hate the game at this point or do not enjoy playing it. I really do. I do enjoy playing it when there's things that I enjoy in the game. A lot of the time, and I feel like this will apply to a lot of y'all rather than me personally, because I just don't give a fuck anymore. But if there's ever a patch and people are like, yeah, this is a dead patch, there's no content, but then you're like, well, there's this and this and this, and I'm going to enjoy this, that's fine. That's a good thing. If I say like, oh, this patch like looks dead for me, what I'm basically saying is it doesn't look that interesting to progress the main story. Even if there's like 5 events and 2 limited characters and stuff, it's like, I don't play for the characters at this point, bro. I don't play to pull the characters. I don't play for the events. But if you do, and that's content in the game that you want to play and enjoy, I am very happy for you. Just not for me. Because I'm going to enjoy what is in the game. And just because a patch might not have the content that you want it to have doesn't really make it a dead patch or a filler patch. A lot of players don't really play for the story anymore, bro. They're sick of it after Natlan, surprisingly. I actually, like I said, I enjoyed Natlan for the most part. But if it just has story and there's no like events and stuff, I've seen people time and time again say this is a dead patch, filler patch. And it's like, for you it might be, but it doesn't mean for the grand scheme of things that it's a pure filler patch. It's just not got what you want it to have, which has happened to me countless times, trust.
Without forcing it.
Okay, don't force yourself.
Play when you want to. Do not force yourself. It sounds simple, but in live service games like Genshin, FOMO is everywhere. Limited time events, exclusive rewards, character banners that come and go. It's easy to feel like if you're not logging in every day, you're falling behind. But
yeah, this is one thing as well that I think Nikkei actually does pretty well from what I've heard. Apparently, on their just for the banners, but apparently for their limited character banners, like pretty soon after those limited character banners are done, those characters get added to the standard banner. So the FOMO is still there, but it's obviously not near as much as when you don't know if you're going to be waiting like a year till it's even a possibility to get the characters.
The truth is, Genshin is not a race. There is no player versus player competitive
there isn't Twitter community, to be fair.
Content in the game, really, except kind of Stygian Onslaught, I guess, and Akasha min-maxing that you need to worry about. More importantly, it's not a job. Sorry for dropping the J word in a Genshin video.
Yeah, at least censor that shit going forward, man.
I understand that might have triggered some of you. Be safe. Missing an event won't erase the progress you've already made or the future potential for your account.
It won't. Well, it won't, but this is a very good take, but it frustrates me at the same time because missing an event is not going to diminish your account that badly, no, but there's still events in the past that have given characters like their best in slot weapon that are event exclusive, and those events don't rerun. And then the amount of lore locked behind stories is actually something that can diminish your enjoyment of the game permanently. I'm sorry, it just is. I still never did the fucking star event back in, like, what was it, 1.2 or something, when Scaramouche said the sky was fake. And it took me watching numerous YouTube videos to even get to the bottom of that. And I was like, okay, that would have been so much more enjoyable if I could have done it in the game. The day that Genshin makes events permanent will be the day that we all embrace laughter, joy, and cheer. And hopefully this current 5.8 patch that's coming out soon is going to be a testament to how they're going to manage that, because they are keeping, I'm pretty sure, the 5.8 summer area and event permanent, right? Please correct me if I'm wrong about that. That is what I understood, just not the limited time awards.
Just means you're playing the game on your own terms at your own pace.
Yes.
If you don't get a character on a particular rerun, it's okay. They will be back.
True.
When I stopped logging in every day, and when I let go of the pressure to keep up, I started to enjoy the game again. I played when I wanted to, how I wanted to, and that small mindset shift made all the difference. It is
I thought my browser broke for a second, bro.
the game after all, so try to start treating it like one. Sure.
Yeah, not only is it just a game, it's also a gacha game. It's also a live service game that gets updated once every 6 weeks. This game is not a game to be played for 5 hours a day, even 3 hours a day sometimes, bro. When the patch drops, play it for the story, play as much as you're enjoying. The second you start to notice your enjoyment dip, you can just decide yourself whether you want to log in to do your dailies and make it feel like a job, or just take a break until the next patch. Highly dependent on if you're free to play or not, and you do kind of suffer from that FOMO feeling of being able to get all the primo rewards and stuff so you can pull the future characters. It's a very fine line. It's a very toxic line.
I log in every day now, but that's because I actively enjoy the game and want to log in every day. I don't feel pressured to do my dailies if I was busy a certain day, or, you know, that I have to. I just play when I want to. Now,
I was gonna question if that's maybe because she actually pulled Venti and now there's no, like, specific character goal to work towards, or if they felt this way before even pulling Venti, because they said themselves they did take a 1-year break, and even missing 2 Venti reruns. Don't ask what that fucking sound was. I have no idea. But they missed 2 Venti reruns. So maybe this is just a philosophy that they live by even when they do want something in the game.
Now, I was actually speaking to some content creators, you know, gathering thoughts and opinions and how they still feel about the game, what keeps them coming back kind of thing. Which you'll see more of that later in the video. However, one of them has something to say that I felt was very relevant for the point I'm currently trying to make. So I thought I would put that here before I go on to my next point.
I just want to say that burnout is real. Gacha games are meant to be played every single day for a very long time. That's how they get you. You want to do the dailies. You don't want to lose out on primo gems, right? That's what they want you to do, but it is so unbelievably normal to not want to do that and to want to take breaks. Okay.
It is.
Okay, so if you are not having fun grinding the game every single day, then don't. Genshin will be there for you. You can hop right back.
You're going to miss out on some rewards, but the game ain't going nowhere. The rewards will be gainable in the future. You can take a break and not feel guilty about it or feel like you're betraying yourself. It's a fucking video game, bro, at the end of the day. Like, just play it and have fun. If you're not having fun, do something else.
Back in, join the story, everything. You don't have to play every day. I honestly encourage you to take a break if you feel like it is a slog, because yet again, it will be there for you. You know, pace yourself and just make sure you are playing when you want to, because that's how you're gonna have fun.
So far, I feel like this is more not necessarily how to fall in love with Genshin again, but just how to manage your time with Genshin. I'm curious, because these things wouldn't necessarily make me fall in love with the game again, just playing when I want and stuff. It'd make me enjoy the game and not burn out. But Yeah, we're only like a third through the video, so let's see. Community and its influence.
The Genshin community is massive. And
Yes.
like any large community, it comes with a mix of perspectives, opinions, and unfortunately, drama. Toxicity around character metas, power scaling, updates, or drama on social media can seriously weigh you down and impact how you feel about a game without you even needing to play it. You would be surprised how easy it is to have your own opinion drastically change just from hearing other people's thoughts. For me, I stopped engaging with that content. I ignore most drama. I don't watch content that focuses on the negatives all the time. And
this is the thing. I also feel like drama has also lost all meaning and been blown way out of proportion, bro. Because people will see any quote-unquote negative connotation video as drama. And I've seen that countless times, especially since I started covering the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? Of course, there's drama that happens constantly, but criticizing a game for doing something that you want it to do better or not doing something that you want it to do is not drama, bro. Like, if you don't want to engage with that content, that's also fine. I'm not saying that. But it kind of pisses me off a little bit when people are like, oh god, Brad's covering drama again, and it's literally just a video saying Genshin's endgame could be better because of this. Like, bro, get a grip. The only people making it drama is the people that are like, this guy's drama baiting. Like, no,
drama.
Dude.
I don't watch content that focuses on the negatives all the time, and I only watch Genshin content that I myself genuinely enjoy. Whether it's hour-long exploration videos, lore breakdowns, guides, or genuinely insane pulling videos that leave me speechless.
Jesus.
It's always content that I love. You know, content that I find genuinely enjoyable or exciting. I'm not saying...
I mean, that should be the case for everybody. You should only ever watch what you actually want to watch and enjoy watching, right? Why would you ever watch something that you don't enjoy? Hate watchers out there.
You should put a blindfold on and never give constructive criticism. I just think some people don't know the difference between constructive criticism and complaining. Sometimes the best...
For sure. I also think it's okay to complain, though. Like... listen, at the end of the... And somebody said this take before, and I think it's very valid. I like to try and give constructive criticism where possible. So just to use, again, as an example, the endgame debacle, right? I always like to say, this is how I would improve the endgame. However, I think it's fine for people to play the game and be like, I don't like this, and leave it there. Because at the end of the day, there doesn't always have to be constructive criticism. Like, they're not the game developers. They're not the ones that need to be coming up with these ideas on how to improve the game. That's the company's job, right? And if the company's not doing that, then maybe it's just not a game for you, and you can complain, but you can also move on and not blow it up into something crazy. But I do think constructive criticism is so helpful, not only for the development team, but also for the rest of the player base, to know exactly why you're giving this criticism, what you were looking for, and what to look forward to, right? I'm kind of excited for the UGC stuff to come to the game eventually so that we can see what the players actually create. I feel like that is where the true end game is actually going to be, because I feel like the devs at this point, in the most respectful way possible, don't really know how to please the majority of the player base. But you know who will? The player base, because then there'll be endless types of content that we can just create together. And I think it's going to be magical, if it's done right.
Best way to enjoy something and forge your own personal opinion is to unplug from the noise surrounding it.
Yeah. Focus on what you enjoy.
There can be a lot of pressure in Genshin to play optimally. Optimally. Build meta teams, farm the best artifacts, only pull the strongest units.
Yeah.
But what if that's not fun for you? What if your favorite character isn't meta, but you...
Then do what I do. C6 Bennett and run a duo team of Bennett and Kaya and be cringe and call it Frostfire Kaya and let his ult reverse melt the normal attacks. It's very fun.
Love their personality or design. Play for that. I started building characters just because I liked them. Now, don't get me wrong, I actually really like the meta. I mean, I have a C6 Alakino after all. Humble brag. But I often pull meta units, more specifically supports, because it opens up the door for me to build really fun, unconventional DPS characters.
True.
I mean, that's kind of what my whole channel is based around. Experimenting. By doing this, by playing the game the way I enjoy it most, the game becomes a lot more fun, would you believe? What I love is feeling like I'm...
I mean, of course, but again, I think this is a very I don't want to say obvious point, but pretty obvious for anything. If you do things the way that you enjoy it, it is going to be more enjoyable, right? Like, I really like difficult combat. So you know what I did the other day? I started playing MMOs again. I started playing Elder Scrolls Online and building my way up to the endgame content yet again. And I'm having a lot of fun.
Working towards something. And so that's exactly what I do. Just doing things that I am finding genuine enjoyment out of.
Is this something people genuinely kind of lose sight of when playing video games? Because I feel like these points are very, very obvious. And this is no shade to the OG content creator here at all, because obviously she sees something that I haven't. Is it genuinely a common thing that people will just, like, continue playing a video game, but in ways that they don't enjoy, and then complain about it because they're playing a way that they don't enjoy specifically? Is that a thing?
Without feeling pressured that I have to play the game a certain way. You don't have to do Spiral Abyss. You don't have to 36-star the Abyss.
No.
Not even I can be bothered to 36-star every cycle, and yet my account is perfectly capable. You can log in and just explore, fish, take screenshots. That's Genshin too.
Yep, you can do anything. Don't take things for granted.
Something that's easy to forget.
Interesting.
Genshin is beautiful. The music, the scenery, the details.
The music is one of, if not the best things about this entire video game, and I will die on that hill.
In every region, they're stunning. When I came back, I slowed right down. There were times where I would just mindlessly walk around the Sumeru forest just because I thought it was so insanely beautiful. Sumeru wasn't out when I quit, so when I came back, I think early Fontaine, getting to explore these beautiful new regions, seeing these new areas really just, I don't know, hit me in the feels.
They're visually beautiful. I think a lot of people probably do really enjoy the visual aesthetic of these nations, but obviously when you see it enough times, it becomes the norm, right? And it becomes, I don't want to say less beautiful, but you've seen the beauty already. You can appreciate it again, but it's never going to feel like that first time that you see it. One big difference in other styles of video games for me compared to gacha games like this is just the building system, the leveling system, the things that you can do in those areas are vastly different. For gacha games, because primo rewards are tied to so many different things, the majority of the activities that you can do in that area aren't really repeatable, right? You do the challenge, it's done. It's most of the time disappeared. You can't even attempt it again for fun. You can collect materials to level up characters, but once you've got those characters leveled up, you don't really have a need to collect those materials again. Whereas, I'm going to use Elder Scrolls as an example here because I'm playing ESO at the minute and an MMO, and I get that they're vastly different games, but hear me out here. When you find a beautiful area and there's things like trees to cut to get materials, or enemies to slay, or challenges to do, typically those are repeatable activities because in these games there is more than one reason to do those activities. You can chop wood not only to, sell it to other players to make money to do other things in the game. You can also chop wood to create items yourself. You can there's just so many different things to do. You can kill monsters to get XP, but also to get gold, but also to get the materials to then use alchemy to create stuff. And it's like, those things are always needed in those games. So there's always a sense of replayability to an extent there. In Genshin, these areas, I feel like, don't necessarily have that. Once you've 100%ed it, you're only really going to go back to appreciate the beauty, and you can only do that every so often. But if that is one thing that you enjoy with the game, then I'm sure that would be another way to fall back in love with it as well.
When I started the R&R quests for the first time and heard this music playing,
beautiful. Beautiful. Funny that he used the R&R quest as an example here for me personally, because, oh my goodness. This is beautiful. Sumeru music is still something that must go into the game, dude. It just is. It's stunning.
I cried. Something about it reminded me of watching Studio Ghibli movies when I was little. It felt so whimsical.
Yep.
The world of Taibat is gorgeous, and it's really easy to take things for granted. Like, this is a free game.
Yep.
You're telling me I get to experience this for free?
It only costs your soul. Kidding.
Now, I understand not everyone may feel the same way that I do about these things, and not every point I make will resonate with you. But man,
For sure.
I love this game, dude. I have gotten so invested with the lore of late, and visiting areas in the game I once didn't think twice about.
Nice! This is a way that I enjoy the game. Hold up, let me explain this. Bro, oh my goodness. I went back to Sarumi Island to check out the murals a few I got probably months ago now, as soon as like the moon stuff started coming in. And oh my goodness, after realizing the areas that were added into the game in like 2 point something are becoming relevant in 5 point something, one way that I enjoy the game and going back to these previous areas that I have kind of 100%ed and seen everything of is going back with a new lens to look through and seeing if I can notice any new details, in which there is a lot of them, by the way. So yeah, obviously, like she says, this isn't going to resonate with everybody. This point resonates with me. This is a way that I've recently fallen even more in love with the game.
Simply because I am genuinely blown away by the attention to detail. You best believe I am hyped for Not to Cry. I suppose what I'm trying to say is, try not to take everything for granted. Again, constructive criticism should be welcomed, but remember to appreciate what we already have too.
For sure. Other ways of playing.
If you're still struggling, here are some other tips that might help. Try a fresh account. This isn't for everyone, but starting over, even just casually,
I would be more inclined to start a fresh account after being AR60 and actually keep up with it if there was a skip button, because there's a lot of dialogue quests in this game that I know everything about, and I don't intend to go through the whole game again without skipping some things. Just as an example here, the Aranara quest, bro, even skipping through, that shit is going to take hours, and people might say, well, it's just a world quest, it doesn't matter. It literally unlocks a whole part of the map. Yeah, I tried making a Nuzlocke account, even for content, not even just for myself, and I kind of... Eventually, I just got to the point where I was like, yeah, I don't want to listen to all of this again when I've heard it so recently as well.
Can recapture that feeling of discovery. I know that for me, starting my random DPS account really made me appreciate the game more. The only negative thing I experienced with a new account was no skip button.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the only thing kind of holding me back from taking one seriously, bro. Deadass. The only thing.
And yourself. Try a Genshin challenge, whether it's a swords-only account or beating Spiral Abyss with a random team. Or maybe, if you're insane, try exploring a whole region to 100% with UI turned off. Oh. Hey, I should try that. Set goals for yourself.
That sounds like literal hell, not gonna cap.
If you don't want to start a new account, you can set goals to work towards on your current one. Whether it's min-maxing your favorite character, getting 100% exploration, or building every character in your account, whatever it is, just remember that the game is a marathon. Pace yourself. And finally, take breaks. Sometimes the best way to love something is also to step away from it. Absence can really make the heart grow fonder. Don't get consumed by FOMO. If you need to take a week break, that's perfectly fine. One of my favorite games is Minecraft, and I do not play that all the time. I sometimes go a whole year without playing.
How many Minecraft gamers we got in the YouTube community, bro? Let me know down in the comments with a timestamp to this part of the video if you play Minecraft. I tried to play Minecraft multiple times, and I tend to play for like 2 weeks hardcore and then just stop and uninstall, because I feel like, and I know I haven't done anywhere near everything, but I feel like I've done everything and I just get bored.
Come back for 2 weeks.
Maybe I gotta play Minecraft in a different way, dude.
Have the best time ever and then stop playing again for another, 6 months? Yeah. And yet it's still one of my favorite games.
Damn. What is that?
One final thing, because I wanted to go and ask some other people what their perspectives were. You know, what they enjoy about the game, what keeps them coming back. And this is what they had to say. What did you enjoy about Genshin when you first started playing?
That's a good question, actually. You know what? I think it was probably the characters. I pulled Raiden Shogun, and I didn't stop playing ever since I pulled Raiden Shogun. Damn. She was just my favorite character. I don't know, I just had so much fun.
I am an absolute sucker for high fantasy, you know, castles.
Me too.
Dragons, magic, whatever. So honestly, that is a super big pull of what got me into Genshin and what I...
Bro, me too. I feel like this is also why I didn't necessarily enjoy Natlan as much as I expected to. I still enjoyed it, but nowhere near what I thought I would. And the reason is the aesthetic of the nation just didn't vibe with me as much as previous nations did. And I also went into it with very high expectations of it being the land of dragons and the nation of war. And those expectations definitely weren't met to the extent that I expected them to be met. But that was just a simple case of me setting my expectations too high based on dialogue from the existing characters in the game from Fontaine, to be honest.
Enjoyed about it when I first started playing.
Genshin Impact is the first gacha game that I played that felt like a video game first and then a gacha game second. I've always loved video games like that allowed you to explore every little nook and cranny. Exploration, like movement and feeling of freedom are really big selling points for me. And
you know, I still feel this way as well, but I would be lying if I didn't say my view on this was kind of warped when I realized that the only end game in this gacha game and in most gacha games is literally mainly just there as kind of a marketing ploy to sell the current banner characters. That goes for Stygian Onslaught, Spiral Abyss, and Imaginarium Theater, I'm pretty sure. But when I saw that, I was like, yeah, every gacha game is obviously just trying to get your money. But it's what's underneath that's important. And I feel like Genshin and Wuwa, for me at the minute, are two games that are absolutely killing it in their own respective ways. Wuwa is going insane right now, dude. It's just improvement after improvement after improvement. And Genshin with Not Cry, bro, I have high expectations. I had high expectations for Natlan, and they were almost there for me. Not Cry, bro. I think it's very fair that everybody has the highest expectations right now based on the latest stuff that we've been shown and the behind the scenes of Not Cry. I might end up being let down, but we'll see. I have faith.
Video games.
And this is actually pretty funny coming from a guy who does make, competitive Abyss content, pretty often. I did not play the Abyss. Didn't even touch it for the first 8 months that I played Genshin Impact. All I would do is run around with my 4-character team. I would never change it. Diluc, Mona, Venti, and Official. I would level up all their talents super high, and I would just adventure, farm, do the story, collect stuff. It was really funny. I was such a noob, and I was just having a good time doing that.
The main thing that probably kept me at the start of the game playing was exploration, especially with Raiden, just running around with Raiden.
In Genshin Impact specifically, the thing
it's just a Raiden simp. I love it.
That I really enjoyed about it was that they had these big, wide, sweeping landscapes. I remember seeing Dragonspine in the distance for the first time and being freaking floored when I actually got there and went into the crevices, the frozen area below.
What about Genshin do you love most?
That one fucking challenge, bro, with the 3 Abyss. Oh my god. That was a time.
And I suppose to be more specific, what keeps you coming back to it?
Okay, I have 2 answers. Answer 1, gambling. Whether I roll an artifact and that hits crit, holy, that fills me with dopamine.
The same things do keep me coming back. Exploration is a big part of it. I love whenever the new region drops.
Yeah.
Also, just the attention to detail is something that keeps me coming back. The fact that Raiden Shogun is a puppet and you don't see her breath in the cold. And that is something that I like noticing. I feel like they put a lot of love and effort into the world of Teyvat.
The story and the world. That is the anchor that keeps everything together. Okay. Yeah. I love the characters of Genshin. I love the overall story and world of the Archons and what they mean and what is Celestia, everything. We all know it, okay? I'm genuinely very invested in the big story of Genshin Impact.
My other answer is trying to have a perfect account. I love just being complete. Have a complete...
Bro, I think I would die if I tried to have a perfect account. Holy... I've tried to have perfect characters and got nowhere near.
Account with all my characters built, all exploration, all achievements, everything. I've always been a completionist.
The combat as well does keep me coming back. Now the thing that mainly keeps me coming back is just making meme builds. I just built DPS Layla. It's kind of like a puzzle.
It kind of makes me sad, bro, when people and this is all personal preference, but it does kind of make me sad when I hear people say the combat is really fun in the game, but then the main thing is just meme builds. And it's because I'm the same, bro. I really enjoy meme builds, but that's because the main combat in the game just isn't that fun for me anymore. It was when it was new and something interesting because you'd never seen it before with the reaction system. But again, and people are probably going to get sick and tired of me saying this, but with the whole not utilizing the elemental reaction system for anything but doing more damage, no mechanics and no real other reason to use that system, it's the next best thing is just making meme builds that you wouldn't think could be possible, like Frostfire Kaya, like fucking C6 Bennett with Eula, right? I really hope they expand on the combat system more so than just the elemental reactions in general, but give us a reason to use specific reactions.
Back is just making meme builds. Like, I just built DPS Layla. Like, it's kind of like a puzzle where it's like, okay, let's figure out how to make this work.
I've been super into making my favorite characters the absolute best they can be. I think that what characters you have and their build are pretty much one of the most unique and like obvious ways for you to show off your personality and individuality as a player. And then Genshin is a live service game, meaning it's updated, you know, every month and a half. And like, I honestly like being a part of this community of people that all get excited about something every month and a half. So, I mean, yeah.
I do think it's absolutely incredible that the game updates so frequently. And I've always said that's one thing we should never take for granted, bro, because some of my favorite games don't get updates. They get updates yearly if you're fucking lucky. So yeah, it is one thing. And I also don't think that means you can't ask for improvements just because it's frequent as well. It's very dependent on a lot of different factors, but obviously this is Hoyoverse, bro. We know what they can do. We've seen it in not just one game, not just 2 games, not even 3, but 4, sometimes even 5 if you count what was that other game that they did before Genshin? Not Honkai Impact 3rd. There was a different one. Is it? I want to say Love and Deep Space, but it's obviously not that. It's a different one. I can't remember the name of it though.
Being a part of a live service community to me is fun, and the world is beautiful. So I like to, you know, explore and see the new regions and the new quest areas and all that kind of stuff. So yeah,
I really hope Node Crisis peak as I want it to be, dude.
All of that is what keeps me coming back.
Falling out of love with a game doesn't mean your time with it wasn't real. And falling back in love with a game doesn't mean you have to go all in again. Games are best enjoyed when they're chosen, not obligated. So, if you're burnt out, if you're unsure, if you feel like you've lost something, know this. It's okay. If the time comes where you want to step back into the vast world of Teyvat, it'll be there. Waiting.
Yeah. Very good point, man. Is there more? I think so.
Hey, congratulations! You made it to the end of the video.
Let's go!
If you're a regular viewer of mine, you'd know that this is quite a different video to what I usually make, but it was a bit of a passion project. I hope that this video was in some way helpful to you.
I think ultimately, it was good. Let me know down in my comments as well. What did you think of this? You can check She.Shy's link down in the description, top of the description.
Game is a game.
But let me know what you think of it, man.
And I just hope that regardless of whether you decide to move on, take a break, or continue playing, at the end of the day, you'll just...
A lot of y'all want to get rid of me so fucking bad, dude, since you don't agree with what I say sometimes, but hey, I'm gonna just put it out there, bro. I ain't fucking going anywhere. You're stuck with me now, motherfuckers. You're stuck with me. I love this game. I love the story of this game. I just think I'm more vocal about asking for more that I would like in the game at this point, and I think that's a good thing. I think that's fine. If I don't get what I like, it doesn't mean I'm going to start hating the things that I usually like story. I still think the story is absolutely incredible. I just wish it was portrayed a little bit better, and I think Nordcry will be a good solution to that if they follow up on what they put forward in the Nordcry behind the scenes. Yeah, let me know down the code. This is a longer video, bro. I think I'm just gonna leave this one uncut, unedited as well, just because it is definitely more of a raw think piece on this. Jesus, I doubled the length of this video with the react. That's insane. Did I yap that much? Wait. Subscribe.